Thanks for being with us here on News 12 The Bronx. I'm Amanda Bossard. A somber day of remembrance for the life of firefighter Timothy Klein. Thousands lining the streets outside of a Queens church for his funeral as loved ones and New York's finest honored the 6-year FDNY veteran. We have team coverage of Klein's funeral services, and we begin this evening with News 12's Jordan Kassane, who is outside of the Canarsie firehouse where Klein served as a member of the FDNY. Jordan.
That's right, Amanda. We are just outside of ladder 170 where fallen firefighter Timothy Klein spent each and every day of the 6.5 years of service he worked here. Klein lost his life fighting a blaze right here in Canarsie last Sunday. And today, the community came together to honor the life of a hero, someone they say had firefighting in his blood. In a sea of FDNY insignia, American flags, and sorrow, his brothers leading fallen firefighter Timothy Klein's funeral procession this afternoon as they carried his casket and marched toward the altar with their hands over their hearts. With Mayor Eric Adams and Acting Fire Commissioner Laura Kavanaugh in attendance, family members, friends, colleagues said their final goodbyes to FDNY firefighter Timothy Klein.
Tim was everything you ever wanted in a son, brother, partner, firefighter, and friend.
Geary, who fought Sunday's fire that took Klein's life, shared some of his favorite moments with Klein, saying he will be remembered as a humanitarian, prankster, athlete, and dedicated firefighter.
Canarsie will never be the same without you, TK, but we will continue to get back on the trucks and do what you loved, knowing you are always with us. We will never forget you. We all love you, Klein.
Cheerful and joking about her son's athletic abilities and shopping habits, Klein's mother took to the podium to wrap up the day's emotional eulogies delivered in honor of her only baby boy.
Timmy was a New York City firefighter and so very proud. He loved his job. He made sure he arrived ridiculously early for every shift with food and an iced coffee in hand that we all know he loved to swirl more than actually drink.
She paid homage to the relationships her Timmy had with each of his little sisters, his grandmother, friends and colleagues, and of course, his beloved girlfriend and parents, saying she will always remember Timmy as her sunny boy and for always helping others.
Our hearts will be broke forever, but we know that Tim would want us to continue to quietly pay it forward, just as he always managed to do.
And we did learn during the funeral that Klein was set to be a part of a dear friend's wedding tomorrow. That wedding happening at the same church where his funeral just wrapped up. In Canarsie, I'm Jordan Kassane, News 12.
A heartbroken mother there. Jordan, thank you. One thing that did stand out during today's service was the amount of fellow firefighters showing up to pay their respects. And News 12's Katie Lusso spoke with some of them about why it was so important for them to be there.
From near and far, thousands lined the streets outside the church to say goodbye to Timothy Klein. Firefighters from New Jersey.
It's sort of like a somber feeling for sure, but it really invigorates you as a fireman to know that we stick together through thick and thin, throughout the state, throughout the country.
Others from North Carolina and Illinois.
Did you know Timmy? You didn't. No. But you still wanted to be here.
Absolutely. We're here to support, the FDNY and the family, and that's why we come.
Today, all together, all as one.
We all stick together, and we're all family.
The neighborhood also together as one. Red ribbons hung throughout this tight-knit community where Timmy was loved so dearly.
He brought light into every room.
Kirsten McCabe grew up with him.
He's an amazing friend. He's awesome to know. And everybody, who knew him is absolutely lucky to know him.
Many fighting back tears as the procession went through, like John Mazzola, the owner of La Sorrentina.
He's 31 years old. And this event has said what happened,
With those red ribbons blowing in the wind and many even dressed in red, all in a show of support with a promise to never forget him.
We will remember him always.
So a sad day here in Bell Harbor, but also a feeling of togetherness as not only the FDNY, but this entire community vowed to never forget Timothy and to be there for his family and friends as they say goodbye to a fallen hero. In Bell Harbor, Queens, I'm Katie Lusso, News 12.
Katie, thank you. In the city and beyond, saying goodbye to a man who was a hero, both in life and in death.